Hey guys, Sen here. Today we're taking a look at the fun way to use the Larrys in the clan capital, which is not the degenerate graveyard spell when they have those armors and the shields, but rather when they're coming straight out of their barrels, naked, and going in to assassinate some single target defenses. This barbarian camp attack was absolutely incredible. So this is the Barbarian camp, and you can see there are a lot of splash defenses. Actually, all of their splash defenses are inside this middle section over here, which means because the space is super spread out, that means some of the defenses near the outskirts of the base are not being covered by any splash defenses, and so I can send in the Larry Barrels and absolutely rip them apart. We're first going to start off with a pack of minions up the right side of the base because there's no air coverage over there, and as long as we snipe the Spirit Thrower with the rocket balloon, we can just use those minions to clear 2 cannons and a bunch of trash. But we're going in with some rams and then the Larry Barrels going up the left side of the base. The rams open up the walls, and then I send in another one to go ahead and test for some traps. Now the rams are great for testing for traps, but they can only do so much. They go in a straight line, and when there's a lot of open area like this, sometimes all you can do is pray, and our prayers weren't answered because the first set of Larrys got absolutely blasted by that giant bomb. The way the Larrys work is that when one little Larry runs into one little bomb, the rest of his little merry friends are going to go down with him. So you have to make sure that you also stagger them as much as you can. You don't need them all out at once. They're easily able to swarm defenses with how many you get, so just drop them in one at a time and don't let them all get blasted. But unfortunately, they're just in range of that rocket artillery as they're trying to deal with those giants. But I dropped down that P.E.K.K.A farther away to pull the giants even further, and then we can deal with those giants out of range of the multi-cannon and the Tesla like so, and then drop some more Larry Barrels and some rams to go ahead, try to open up the wall, because I'm trying to lead this P.E.K.K.A into this channel over here to take out the rocket artillery and this air bombs. I have to take out this rapid rocket to make sure the P.E.K.K.A gets funneled inside, but you can see we've used those Larry Barrels to funnel all of the trash defenses up the left side of the base, and we have cleared all the air defenses after we drop down one more rocket balloon to finish off the Spirit Thrower. So we have 2 more packs of minions to clear a bunch of ground targeting defenses. But that P.E.K.K.A, man, the P.E.K.K.A is rough in the clan capital. Even though I did my best to distract with the Larrys as well as the rams and send it in an area without much point defenses, it still got absolutely wiped out by all of those rocket artilleries, multi-mortar shells, as well as giant cannon shells. But now we're using some rams and some barbs to finish off whatever air defenses left with the remaining troops that we still have. And now, because we didn't need to use any spells because we're using the Larrys, we can just use all those spells as zaps to zap down whatever we can. We could get an air bombs on this first attack as well as that middle rapid rocket, but at this point we're just going to wait for those minions to see whatever they can get. They're also going to finish off this multi-cannon out of range of the air bombs. That air bomb should have been dead to the P.E.K.K.A, but the P.E.K.K.A was dumb, so whatever. But this next hit was so sick. Starting off, we're going to zap down the rocket artillery, bomb tower, as well as multi-mortar up the right side of the base. And then we go in with a giant on top of the Spirit Thrower, tank the Spirit Thrower as well as the giant cannon. I send in the P.E.K.K.A to take out the multi-mortar as well as the bomb tower to try to go to the Spirit Thrower next. Unfortunately, the Spirit Thrower goes down because the giant did a lot more damage than I thought it would, but thankfully the P.E.K.K.A turns around, goes for this trash building and not this air bombs. And while that giant is still distracting, I drop down a cannon cart to tank as well as snipe this giant cannon, and then a ram to break the P.E.K.K.A in further into the base. I want this cannon cart to go ahead, take out this bomb tower, take out this multi-mortar, because I see on the backside, after I zap down all those splash defenses that was left on the base, a barb on this air bombs that my cannon cart missed. I can use more Larry Barrels to finish off a bunch of the air defenses left on the backside, and even a Tesla pop for me. Those Teslas fire super slowly, but they do a lot of damage, so the Larry Barrels are the perfect solution. At this point, I'm not sure I can use rams and that they'll go ahead towards this wall, so it's just time to pray that the Larrys don't find any traps. Thankfully, this is the backside of the base, and this is not a very common place that a defender would put traps. And so those Larrys, 2 barrels, are absolutely ripping up that entire backside. A new one more barrel just to snipe this cannon over here to get better rocket balloon padding. And then to finish off this base, we have 2 rocket balloons on this Tesla. Finish that off quickly and move on to the air defense. 1 more rocket balloon to finish off the Spirit Thrower. And there are no more air targeting defenses left on this base. This hit was super sick, using those rocket balloons as to finish off the base after we used those Larry barrels to finish off all of the air defenses in the base. That cannon cart was a super nice touch, finishing off all the splash defenses on the first layer and clearing the way for the Larry barrels to do so much damage. This strategy is so much fun. Alright, up next we have the Balloon Lagoon, and you can see a lot of the bases from this clan had all of their splash defenses centralized inside the base, and so you could use Larry barrels to go around the base and try to pick off as much as we could. I couldn't get an angle on the Rams for these first two defenses, so I'm just hoping there's no traps. Pray with me, no trap. We're in the clear. Send in a Ram to go ahead, open up the wall, and it actually also pulls a log trap for me. And the next Ram goes ahead for this wall. Not a great angle, so that's not going to pull too many traps, and so my Larrys get blown up. But we only had one barrel drop down at that point, and I'm not even going to drop down another barrel. I want to send in those archers while those Larrys are distracting for them, snipe those two cannons. They actually pulled a giant bomb, and I want those archers to get out of range of this multi-cannon as they snipe the air defense. And actually, that one smart archer is standing outside of the range of all of those defenses, so I give her enough time to finish that off because I do not have that much army camp space worth of archers. I need to clear all these defenses over here because I see that all of these defenses over here are super clumped up, and dragon breaths can rip this thing apart to shreds. But we only have 3 more packs of archers, so we have to make the most use out of them. We'll fast forward from here. We want to snipe this rocket artillery so we can actually send a Larry barrel towards this spear thrower. And as those Larrys are working their way around, pray with me, no traps. Boom, one more spear thrower, one left. I had a pack of archers going after the bomb tower to make sure there's no splash, and I'm hoping that they are able to grab that rapid rocket. No, they don't do enough damage. The rocket artilleries rain on their parade, so I drop down a ram to tank and a barb to finish off that rapid rocket. I don't want too much on my super dragon that's going to go across the cliffs. I don't want too much fire on it. I'll want to be able to tank for it with the Larry barrels and 2 rocket balloons on top of this air bombs to finish off that so it's not flanking my super dragon. Larry barrel up the left side, super dragon up the gut, and that super dragon, look at that splash breath, splashes so much. Unfortunately, the rapid rocket was damaged, so it didn't do too much damage and finish off the rocket artillery, but it's going to be able to finish off that rocket artillery before it finally goes down. I try to use that zap to reset the Inferno Tower, but there was just too much damage on that poor little dragon. But we have ripped apart the base. We have access to the rest of the splash defenses left on this base. Super easily, we can target them with whatever we want, and there are a million ways to finish off this base, but there's only one respectable one, and that's using mass Larrys and jump spells. Let's go, people, gamble it is. We're sending in the first Larry barrel to go after the spear thrower and the cannon. I noticed that because the base is sort of symmetrical, I figured that because there wasn't any traps on the bottom side, that there wouldn't be any traps over here as well. So there actually was a log trap guarding the wall like I thought, and so that ram pulls that log trap, tanks for the Larrys a little bit, and we're sending them ahead because there was a lot of traps guarding this compartment over here. I figured that I can't actually use rams to try to tank for this compartment over here. I just gotta let those Larrys do their thing because there are going to be a bunch of traps over here. Another bomb pops, but we were able to get that one off the ram, and it pulls another log trap before opening up the wall. We drop down that rage spell to cover the crusher because we want to be able to use those Larry blasts to explode that crusher before it can get any shots on our Larrys. But we're just working up the right side of the base. Oh no, another bomb. Please, no more bombs, all right? Don't do this to the Larrys. They're just trying to do their best to blast open this base, but now we're sending that giant to tank the rocket artilleries, and once the other one gets distracted, we drop down 2 Larry barrels towards this rocket artillery, 1 towards the crusher to blast that crusher under the rage spell, and then send in some more Larrys with the help of the rage, get through that rocket artillery, but they find some small bombs in front of that Tesla and they get blasted. But we just gotta make sure there's no more slash left on the base. We just gotta pray another bomb, pray to spread out our Larrys, and pray. We have 1 more barrel left in the tank. Another jump spell to get those Larrys across that wall. So much value off that jump spell. We couldn't have gotten them over the wall any other way. Another bomb, but it doesn't hit too many Larrys. And 1 last barrel towards that spear thrower. Take it down, and there's another bomb. Boom. Sadly, those Larrys are not going to live to see the finish line, but the rest of the swarm is going to gang up on this little trash building. And booyah! This is actually a terrible way if you want to get more bonus gold, but it is so much fun when you're able to pull off a masked Larry finish. And it seems that in the past couple of weeks, we have become a Golem user, so you know what pairs well with the Mountain Golem? That's right, the Skeleton Barrel. Actually, it's a terrible combination, but it works against this base, because I first use a Barb to clear up the right side of the base, as well as a Zap, so we can drop down a Rocket Balloon towards the cannon and finish off the Spear Thrower to lead into the base, but unfortunately, 2 Mega Hin Teslas pop and I am in serious trouble because I originally wanted to use the Golem to go up this left side of the base and then the Larrys to go up to clear out all these point defenses and funnel the Golem to make sure he sticks to this narrow channel and avoids the Inferno Tower. But you can see those 2 Teslas are kind of ruining my day right now, and so it's time to just YOLO, send in the Golem and pray as well as a Larry Barrel, because I need to take out this Mega Hin Tesla as well as the Spear Thrower. But there are bombs, there are log traps, there are rocket artillery shells, and they are trying to rain on my parade. Drop down a ram to lead my Larrys into this compartment, but another log trap pops on me. Just pray that there's no more traps down here. The ram goes ahead, pulls a giant bomb, and thankfully the Mountain Golem is going where we want him to. First rocket artillery goes down with the help of that rage spell. And now he's just going in, skirting around this Inferno Tower as he goes along his warpath. Second rage goes down, leading into the second rocket artillery, and once he smashes this cannon over here, he's going to turn around, Hulk smash this multi-cannon over here, and there's just rocket artilleries firing on him, and they don't do too much single target damage. So he's going to finish another rocket artillery, another air bombs, and he's going towards the backside. And unfortunately, his parade is about to end, but he's going to finish off the rocket artillery, finish off that air bombs before he goes out and take out all of the air bombs in this space. Unfortunately, there are still bomb towers and crushers, so Larrys are not going to be so great against this base. But you know what the bomb tower and the crushers don't hit? They don't hit Manny the minion. This last rocket artillery is exposed on the base, so we zap down these 2 rapid rockets that finish off the minions super fast, and then a giant to tank the rocket shells, so we can send in the mass minions to go ahead. Pray with me this time that there are no air traps, because the moment an air trap comes up, this is going to be a failed attack. We have a couple of rocket balloons to help support to try to get towards those rapid rockets on the backside as fast as we can, because they absolutely melt through your minions. But the minions are going in. 2 more rocket balloons left in the camps to target some spear throwers and tank the rapid rockets a little bit, but we are swarming the backside. And you know what? No one runs air traps, so this is a 100% success strategy. All the minions into that rocket artillery, blast through it with the help of the rage spell, and those minions are melting through the rest of this base. Alright, so I'm going to include a bonus replay at the end of this video. This one's not going to be Larry themed, but I know you guys are going to enjoy this nevertheless. So starting off, we use some barbs to clear up the left side because I want to enter towards this district hall over here that's super exposed inside the base. There's a lot of chain value around it, but there's not like super high value targets to chain. But what is important is that if I'm able to land a wizard bomb and clear all these structures like so, I have a very nice funnel for, say, a Golem, spoiler alert, to go inside the backside over here towards this cannon, then the air defense, and then path towards all these high value rocket artilleries and giant cannons on the backside and rip that thing to shreds. So we use some barbs to clear up the left side of the base, a zap spell to funnel some of those huts, because you don't have that many troops for funneling when you use a mountain golem attack. But once the barbarian clears all the trash, it's time to just go in with the mountain golem straight up, because I'm actually going to use the mountain golem to synergize with the wizards and use it to tank for the wizard bomb. We drop down a ram to see if there's any traps. There's actually a giant bomb, but after that bomb gets procced, we just send in the wizards on top of the district hall. There's not many other defenses on the wizards, and they're going to chain out all of those defenses around the district hall. And once the golem smashes that last shot against that district hall, you can see the plan in action. He has a clear shot towards all of those defenses on the back side of the base. We're going to drop down a barb on this army camp so we can start deploying troops up the right side of the base, but Hulk smash on top of that rocket artillery, Hulk smash on top of the giant cannon, and he is going in. I see that he's going to skip this Mega Hin Tesla, so I drop down 2 barbs to help snipe it down, and we have a ram or 2 rams as well as a Larry barrel to go ahead to tank for some defenses, try to bring some extra DPS as well as opening up some walls. But you can see the Golem is now low, but he has done so much work to the backside of the base. He's going to smash this cannon. The Larrys are going to finish off this multi-mortar, so the Golem will go towards this giant cannon for his dying breath. But we're going to speed up from here because he crawls so dang slowly. But bam and bam, the last giant cannon is down inside the base. No more big splash defenses, no more multi-mortars. So Hog Raiders are an absolutely beautiful way to finish off this base, which is exactly why we are not going to use them and instead go for the maximum memes and see if we can do a double Golem attack against a Barbarian camp. Golem is going in. He is going strong with that help of that Rage and Cannon Carts. I'm sending them in towards the second channel over here where they can access basically the rest of the defenses left on the base, as well as we have some Rams to tank for some traps and a Larry barrel to try to work through these backside cannons over here. But it's time to see how powerful the Mountain Golem is against all of these defenses, all of these Teslas popping. He is getting low so fast. One more Rage spell to speed him into these backside defenses, and those Cannon Carts are doing some serious work. But man, even when you have such a good setup attack, the Golem, he finds a way to let you down. He is already almost dead. Those Cannon Carts are going to snipe that Spear Thrower, snipe that Giant. The Golem's going to take out the Bomb Tower, and oh my goodness, everything, it's coming down to the wire because the Larrys got blasted by bombs. But the Golem is almost dead, but he's going to finish off that multi-cannon before he does, and we have one more Ram to go ahead to provide some distraction for that Tesla, as well as a Zap to help provide a little bit more stunning effect to try to get those Cannon Carts towards that last little cannon over here. And I think we've done it. The Mountain Golem runs into one more little bomb, but it's not enough to stop him. And we have taken out all of the defenses left on this base with all of our troops left on red, but that is so much bonus gold. Wait, oh no, one bomb. All right, you know what? We can deal with it. One Cannon Cart goes down, but we just have to make sure there's not like 5 bombs leading towards this last giant barracks. All right, please, please, please. And the Golem is going to make it to the finish line. And he's going to be the one to deliver the final blow and do all the heavy lifting against this Barbarian camp. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed today's video and that I did not sound too weird today because I am a little sick right now. My throat's a little sore. I don't think it's COVID, but I'm trying to get through it right now. But these Larry attacks and that one Golem finish against that last Barbarian camp were absolutely amazing, and I had to share them with you guys. But like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you join the Discord down below in the description, and take care.